Hey guys, in the last video, I was showing you this idea that, even 1 in 3 replies are showing interest. And so what do? We go and take a look at those companies and what we've been talking about to them, and we feed that conversation into AI so that AI can assess what we were saying and decide to come up with a complimentary video or a video testimonial or whatever it is for the company. So I'll just show you an example using our company as a result. This took like 3 different AI processes working in parallel to pull off. One had to sort of evaluate the conversation and the company information and then hand off to someone else, AI, to actually compose a script and figure out emotional cues for the script and then review it and then hand that off to another AI that was able to take the script and match it to a fitting demographic, character, background, and actually pooled together the video. Okay. Now, if in real life I was trying to do that, let me just kind of show you piece by piece. There's 2 pieces I want to show you. So we take the information. So imagine you'd be paying somebody, okay, and they would first research based on the conversation and the company. They would do the research to figure out what to hand off. And that might be $100 because that would take like an hour if you're going to do it right. Or it might take half an hour if you do it okay. But then they hand it off to the copywriter. So the copywriter has to mull over what all that means and think about a really good composition. Okay. And they have to embed in the emotional cues. They have to go through drafts, right? So that might be like $250. And then that gets handed off to somebody else who's going to be the actor, who's going to do the video. Now, the person who does the video, has to rehearse it and then be able to speak it out. And when they do, they've got to be able to look in the camera correctly, okay, and say it straight through without having to break it off, because then it looks pieced together. And we don't want them to use a teleprompter because you can see the eyes kind of move from side to side, and that gets in the way of a testimonial, right? A video testimonial. So that might be $500, if we're setting them back to back to be done one after the next. Otherwise, like $750 for one. So you're talking about like $1,000 video, right? Now, in our case, I arranged the structure, and I know I told you guys before that we were holding off on video generation because that's a big can of worms. You can go any different direction with the video generations. And so trying to get that locked down, that process is tricky. Well, we have been getting that really to a point where we can almost completely automate it, such that, think about this. Take a look. Okay. So let's just take Rocket Your Biz AI, and it's got different things for sale. And let's say we want to impress the company by taking what looks like one of their best things and then figuring out a script. So check this out. This is a cue. It's an emotional cue. Excitement, right? I was spending thousands every month on ads that barely moved the needle. Size. Then I found the market saturation engine from Rocket Your Biz AI. Excited again. Within 30 days, my brand was showing up everywhere my ideal customers were looking. Almost gasping. I'm talking Google, social, local directories, all of it fully automated. By the way, this is actually where we're headed, and we're like 95% of the way here. Okay, proudly. My leads tripled, and my cost per acquisition dropped by 60%. That's believable. Okay, I mean, we could say a lot more. My leads went up 20 times and my costs dropped 90%. But you know what? Nobody believes that, right? So say it in a way that makes sense. And when you're creating a testimonial for a prospect that wants to put on their own website, because I'd be sending this to one of those opportunity guys if it was their company, right? We would do the research on their company, see what's going on, see what the email had to say, figure out what we should say, create a video to that effect, and send it to them, right? Proudly, my leads triple, firmly. If you're a business owner who's tired of being invisible online, this is a tool that changes everything. Now, that's not bad. And honestly, as simple as this looks, This normally takes a copywriter several drafts and a lot of time to think through. And then when they send it, usually there's some back and forth discussion. But do you know what? I like this. This is pretty good as an end result, especially for a first draft. But this isn't where it ended. Where it ended was the video. So you've got this in your head. I was spending thousands every month on ads that barely moved the needle. Then I found the market saturation engine for Market Your Biz AI. Within 3 days, my brand was showing up everywhere. I'm talking, my leads triple and my cost per acquisition drop. If you're a business owner who started being invisible online, there's a tool that changes everything. Look at this. This is what we would be replying to one of those opportunity guys with. And we would do one of these for each opportunity guy because it's going to hook them. Imagine you own that company, rocketYourBizAI.com. And you know what the market saturation engine is because it's your brand, one of them. Maybe you've got, like, we've got 3 brands up there, 3 things, okay? And it's one that you like. It's like really popular, really important. It's got a big use. And we studied what it's about and we produced a video for that guy so he doesn't have to go spend $1,000 to get something like this done or ask his clients for testimonials. And we can create them as part of a package that we send the guy. If we're making those 100% AI-driven, automated, self-updating businesses on behalf of that guy, part of that business structure is that the AI figures out these videos, the scripts, the training videos, the testimonial videos in different languages for different countries or different market segments that they reach out to, like the local Chinatown, the local Italy, Little Italy, all that kind of thing. Watch this. This, I can't believe, is a first draft. This entire thing, by the way, the script and the video were composed totally by AI while I was at Easter with my family. I basically sat down and told my computer, show me what you got, do one for my company so I can see what it would come out to be, because I want to be impressed by it since I know what it is we do. Watch this.
Spending thousands every month.
Well, let me do it again from the beginning. Okay.
I was spending thousands every month on ads that barely moved the needle. Then I found the market saturation engine from Rocket Your Biz AI. Within 30 days, my brand was showing up everywhere my ideal customers were looking. I'm talking Google, social, local directories, all of it fully automated. My leads tripled and my cost per acquisition dropped by 60%. If you're a business owner who's tired of being invisible online, this is the tool that changes everything.
What do you think of that? Do you think if we're responding to the opportunity guys, because they're already showing some interest and we know what they've got, we just do a quick recap of, oh, they're showing interest, dig into them more, focus on them, make sure you get what they got. Make sure you understand what they're saying in the reply. Maybe they're just saying, show me something. Maybe they're saying, what could you do for this brand? Maybe they're saying, can you do video? Maybe they're saying, what would be one of the biggest things you could do to help me? And we decide to gift them a testimonial video like that, as a first draft. We just show them. We're going to hook them. We can tell them, go to the website, rocketYourBizAI.com, and learn more, right? Go there, explore the options, get something, get going. Do you see the value of this? What if we're doing this for pretty much any industry anywhere? As a matter of fact, you know what we can do? We can start with an image from their site. Say they're showing, I did it once with a nursing home, right? You saw the proverbial little old lady sitting in her room, and there were a couple of attendants there, like the nurses, is that what you call them, nurses? Who were looking, taking care of them, right? And it's all friendly environment, very sunny outside. I remember mentioning, look at the reflection in her glasses for the realism, right? So we took a still image and created it into a short video. It was just a few seconds long, no sound, but it was appealing, right? And so it brought life to the image. The image was great. The video was better. If the nursing home puts that video on their website instead of the image, or if you can click the image and it plays a video, how nice, right? Cool. So what if we do that? What if we have a company out there and they could be promotional apparel and they've got all the models in their tank tops, hats, jackets, whatever. And we grab some of those guys, a series of videos, right, as part of their package. And we create video testimonials for the products that they are wearing because we can see that from the title and description of the product. And we create the video from each of those images. So we use those very same guys, the models who are wearing the clothes, and make those models say, I love this. This is awesome. You know? And that adds so much value to each of those pages where those videos happen to be. Okay. So now a company might have 10,000 items, so they don't want to do 10,000 videos, but maybe they want to do one of each brand for men, one of each brand for women. You know, we can do it. We can do it. It's crazy. And so what if we're doing that automatically onto all these businesses that we're creating for them to saturate the area? So then it's like a random selection of, you know, one per brand, but different pages on the different websites, but they're created differently every time so that they are unique. They'll use the same model maybe, but it will be a different video, right? Imagine the power of being able to create quality video for each different point or segment or activity or whatever it is on each of the websites that we make that are referral websites for the company so the company can own its territory, because Google's really going to raise up the power of their websites vis-a-vis their competitors, since these websites that we make are so much better. We're cramming them with tremendous power and backing, and the ability to add to it is insane. That's crazy, right? Okay, I'm going to break this video off. Make sure to watch the one that came before it if you didn't. Make sure to watch the one that comes after it, because, yeah, I've got more coming. This is not funny how much is happening right now. It's crazy.